What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today.
He's better. He's not better. He wouldn't. You trying to tell me Giannis wouldn't be able to play an NBA game in the 70s?
Handshake. He wouldn't be able to do it.
Neither would you.
Giannis Antetokounmpo would have 250 points in a game in the 70s. 250.
Is that Koozie? When was Koozie playing?
Koozie 50.
Dude, Koozie's locking up fucking Giannis, brother.
He's saying 70s, not 50.
And that's no disrespect. Like, it's no disrespect. But, like, seriously, like, Kyrie Irving.
They would have called him a witch. They would have called him a witch.
No, they would have told Kyrie, you're not. You know how they used to tell Lou Alcindor at the time that he couldn't dunk in high school games? Yeah. They would have told Kyrie, you're not allowed to dribble anymore. That's what they would have told him. Dribbling is out rude.
First of all, Kyrie Irving wouldn't even be able to do 70% of the stuff he does in the NBA game today because it wouldn't be allowed in the 70s, which further goes to show you the handcuffs and limitations past eras had and still had to get the job done. So that's irrelevant, LeBron. Very. Kyrie would have been getting called for traveling and carry all day back then. So the same way y'all like to watch tape of the 70s and call these guys not skilled, firemen, plumbers, Kyrie would be getting called the same exact thing. Because like them, he would have to change his game and limit the things he can do. These guys were more than capable of carrying and palming the ball like they do now. But y'all like to parade that around like it's some uncharted skill set never seen before. Breaking ground. New territory. Anyway, I'm going to come back to Kyrie Irving later. Trust me. We're going to get back to Kyrie. There you have it, folks. LeBron James. Talking shit. Talking down. Making fun. Diminishing. Reducing the relevance and the skills of eras past in the NBA. This is the face of the NBA. The face of the NBA. Saying stuff like this. The guy that always talks about disrespect and respect coming out of his mouth. And y'all call me a hater. Y'all call me a hater for bringing this shit up and calling it out. Claims to be a historian of the NBA. Any real historian of the NBA would not say shit like this. And this is also the kinds of things that empowers all those bronsexuals, all those bron goblins, those bron gobs out there. This is the type of stuff that keeps empowering them to say the things they kind of like to say all the goddamn time. It all trickles down. A historian of the NBA? No. Kobe Bryant was a true historian of the game. And you could go on YouTube and watch all the film of Kobe Bryant talking about players of the past. Legitimately knows what the hell he's talking about. Always gave credit to past eras. Acknowledged their game. Talked about the things he watched and he learned from them. This is all on the internet. You could go watch it yourself. Kobe was a true historian of the league. Matter of fact, while you're at it, go check this video out I reacted to a while ago. If you love eras of past basketball and respect players that legitimately understands how the game has changed, understand the value in basketball in previous eras, and the players that lied within, go watch this video I reacted to. One of Kobe Bryant's wonderful animation pieces. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. And there's a thumbnail. He's empowering all this disgusting comments and banter that I see every single day of people shitting on players from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and even the early 2000s. It's crazy, man. And you mean to tell me that you don't think this is a cult? You don't think the Legenda and the La Media exists? Are you serious? I don't know how many videos I gotta make with receipts and proof to explain to you guys, to show it to you guys like a pie in the face, all in your face, and you still refuse to accept it because you're disgusting simps. You're bron goblins. You worship a man that calls himself the chosen one. King James. Yeah. Pathetic.
Open your eyes!
And he dropped Giannis's name. People will look at that as very surface level. If you don't see what he's doing here, he really wanted to mention himself. But by saying Giannis could average 250 or could score 250, whatever, he's basically saying, if Giannis could do that, what do you think I would do? Since I'm generally considered greater than Giannis, legacy-wise and prime for prime. I'm LeBron James. I'm the one in the GOAT debates. Come on, man. This guy's an egotistical maniac. A megalomaniac. So self-absorbed. I've never seen anything like it. I haven't. I really haven't. It's disturbing. It's unbecoming of an NBA great. And he is an all-time great. LeBron is. I'll be the first one to tell you. He's in my top 5. Most people on this channel don't even got him that high. I'm surprised some of these people even subscribe to me because I have LeBron James ahead of so many other greats. And I thank y'all for still subscribing and supporting me, even though we disagree on how great LeBron James is. See, these is real people. We can have disagreements, but we can still come together and talk basketball, share common ground, and even, have some disagreements and talk about it. But you Bron Goblins, y'all are different. Y'all are different. There's Kobe fans on this channel. Hardcore Kobe fans like me, and we've even gotten disagreements about Kobe Bryant, but it's still all love. And we ain't gonna cast around no fake narratives. This guy's disgusting. I can't believe that. He can't average 250 in this era. What do you think he's gonna do in the 70s, 80s, and 90s? Especially the 80s and 90s, with the defensive uptick. Come on, man. Stop playing with me. And before some of you make your little sassy comments, I get it's a somewhat exaggerated comment. He didn't literally mean 250, but he's saying he would score a ridiculous amount of points. I want to see what Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to do with Cap, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was in the 70s. I want to see what Giannis is going to do with Dr. J. Basically the Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan to some degree, huh? Walt Frazier. John Havlicek. Huh? What Giannis gonna do with that? And Giannis is my favorite player in the game today. I acknowledge how great Giannis is. Y'all acting like Elvin Hayes wasn't in the 70s. Like Bob McAdoo wasn't in the 70s, huh? Like Willis Reed wasn't in the 70s, huh? What are we talking about, man? You would swear this era is the only era that had NBA greats or all-stars. Not to mention these guys back in the day was playing a different game, a physical game, a rough game. Scoring still might have been high, but it was a lot more goddamn physical. And you couldn't do a lot of the things they do today. That, they call them so skilled because they're allowed to do more and get away with more. Everyday dribbling practices today would be carries and travels back in the day. Simple things like palming the ball slightly, barely noticeable sometimes. They wasn't getting away with that like that back in the day. What? You have to keep that hand above the basketball. You know how much that restricts your movement and abilities? And I've seen some of these guys do all the things y'all talk about now in commercials or shoot-arounds and things like that. More than capable. This stuff doesn't impress me that much today. Come on, man. Giannis would have been put on his ass back in the 70s. I didn't even mention Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt was on the tail end of his career. Giannis, 7 foot, versatile, could dribble the basketball, could do a lot of things on the floor. In some ways, Giannis reminds me of Wilt. Not as good, but reminds me of Wilt. But in the 70s, Giannis is going to get put on his ass. He ain't got to worry about that in today's game. He's taller than damn near everybody on the court and can do things that they can't do. He doesn't have to worry about size and centers and physicality. Boy, Giannis would have been put on his ass and then sent to the free throw line. Now hit your free throws, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Huh? We're going to test them shooting skills out since y'all so skilled now. We're going to test them shooting skills out. Y'all got me out here talking about my guy. But at least I'm honest about everybody I'm talking about. Even if it's my guy, I'm going to give an honest critique. Giannis can't shoot. He's gotten a little bit better over the years, but he's still not a shooter. He's still not a consistently good shooter. I just saw the man airball 2 free throws last week. What? You will get put on your ass. And then half the time, you might not even get those calls. Stop playing with me, man. Pfft. LeBron is such a disrespectful piece of shit sometimes, bro. The face of the NBA, boy, I tell you. LeBron, are you going to accept the same logic 30 years from now, 40 years from now, when they're looking back at your era, calling y'all firemen and plumbers because the rules have changed and they can do even more, going back watching your footage, talking about how garbage y'all look? Are you going to keep that same logic, LeBron? Huh? Or are you going to want to give context the same way you never gave context or refused to give context to these players of the past? This is so disgusting, man. As a fan of basketball, man, I hate to see the most popular basketball player in the world, the face of the NBA, talk shit about past eras. Players that have set the table for these assholes. You ain't getting the kind of money you getting today. Not getting that kind of money without these guys and their efforts moving the game forward, passing the torch from generation to generation. You think you eating like you are now? Without them? Get the hell out of here. Recently, Kyrie Irving mentioned something about this topic. Kyrie goes off on former NBA players and their hate for the current era. I'm so sick of that. They have lost their way. There are some former players that just chat shit. Don't talk about anything and just hate on younger guys. You see somebody you admire, go on TV and say, get over it because you make more money. I'm so sick of that. You could be sick of it all you want. And Kyrie, I love Kyrie Irving. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. If you've been around, y'all know I'm a Kyrie dude. But Kyrie, you apply that same energy to your boy, LeBron James. This all started with this younger generation constantly talking shit. And I see a lot of past players consistently stick up for you assholes. One being Larry Bird, and I wish he would stop. Because I wouldn't. Because y'all constantly shit on Larry and his people, and he continues to put his neck on the chopping board for this current NBA and trying to promote it, and I wish he would fucking stop. Excuse my language, but damn. They have lost their way. They haven't lost their way. It's an honest critique when they can look at the game today and be like, I would be a better version of myself if I played in this NBA because of how the game has changed and the rule changes. That's facts, man. That's just facts. Even from the early 2000s, the game has changed a lot in the last only 20 years. Everything's inflated now. The rules have changed to allow for the offensive players to do things that they couldn't do in the past. This is all noted, man. This is all documented. I love Kyrie, but shut your ass up. I don't want to hear that. Folks, that's all I got to say about it. Sound off in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and I catch you on the next one. We out, baby.